They want to know. Oh, they want to know. Oh, they want to know. Oh, hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to get right to it because I delivered a shorts last week and it talked about all the things that my kids have inside their desks. So many were asking, Miss May, I want to know what's inside the math folder. Miss May, what's inside that math supply box? I got you, boo. I got you, boo. Okay, so let's talk about what's inside these boxes. Okay, so let's talk about what's inside the boxes. So these are, I don't know, containers by this brand. And these were given to me, y'all. They were donated to me by a former teacher who had a lot of them. And then a retired teacher had some, and she gave hers to me. So I have a class set and some leftovers, okay? So but I'm sure you can find them on Amazon. I'm sure they're around somewhere. If I can find some similar, I will put a link in the description box below if I can find some. But anyway, let's talk about what's in these bad boys. So every single student of mine has one of these. And inside, you will find 2 strips of tin from Unifix cubes. They have to be 2 different colors. And the reason being is because when we teach addition, adding, combining, joining, all that good jazz, we want the numbers to represent the different color. Okay, so if we were doing 3 plus 2, they would take 3 cubes, 2 green cubes, join them together to find the sum. So we have 2 strips of tin inside. We have a 120 chart because in first grade, 120 is the big number. Then we have a tin frame. Okay, the tin frame is a big popular frame in first grade. Then we have our number bond mat. They have a number line, 0 to 20. They have some coins because we just learned about coins. So they have some coins inside there. Okay, just little fake change. And then they have a paper clip. Okay, the paper clip, we'll talk about why we have the paper clip. So every kid has this inside their math supply box. Now, starting on day 1 at the beginning of the school year, they don't have all this stuff because I don't want them to be overwhelmed with all the materials that's inside their math supply box. So what I like to do is I like to model and teach them about the tool and how they can use that tool. Once I model and teach, if you're an OG to the channel, you know how I feel about modeling to your students, what things should look like, sound like, all that good jazz. So model, model, model. So at the beginning of the year, they just get this clear box. And so like the first, not even the first, I'm lying. First day is always a blur. But probably about the 3rd day of school, I let the kids explore these snap cubes. I just put them all out on the tables. They explore, they build, all that. Get the play out, all that you want. And then I have them count their strips of tin. They're responsible for counting their strips of tin. I tell them they have to be 2 different colors. And then I tell them that's what goes inside their math supply box. And that's the first thing that goes in there. The second thing that I teach within that first week or 2 is about the tin frame. We talk about the tin frame a lot, and we build on the tin frame, we add on the tin frame and all that good stuff, subtract on the tin frame, and then that goes inside their math supply box so that they know how to use those tools. So the key here is not to just give, kind of like how I discussed many moons ago about anchor charts and putting everything all up at once. You know, it's best to just gradually release things to these kids so that they get used to the tools that they're using, and it's not just like a big blurb or a big blob to them. So now we're on day 92. They have all this in here, and the reason why is because that's been 92 days of lots of math. So they're very, very, very familiar with their box. They can use their math supply box whenever they need to, when they're working at their seats, when they're playing a math game. They don't have to take the whole box. They could just take whatever tool they like using and play their game. So love those. That's what's inside those math supply boxes. Next, the handy dandy math folder. Now my math folder consists of just math folder games. So during the time where we had to have blockers and masks and all that stuff, our kids could not share manipulatives and they couldn't play math games together. So math game folder happened. So they have a blue math folder. The label, you can find these labels on my website. I'll put a link in the description box for you. But I just put their name. It says math folder, and then I put that packing tape to cover it. And this lasts all year long. So inside, the first thing that's inside, now at the beginning of the school year, when I'm getting these folders together before the kids arrive, I put inside about 12 sleeves, the clear protective sleeves. I put about 12 in there for them because they're going to be adding their math games inside. And it saves you a lot of time from doing it for them. It's one thing to help them, but they also have their peers around them at their tables that can help them as well. So anywho, the first thing that's on in front of everyone's is the 120 chart. So we have our 120 chart. That's the first thing in there. And then when you open it up, we have the first game that I taught them, and it's called Spin, Build, and Write to 10. Now, that's where the paper clip comes in handy, because the kids get a paper clip, and what they do is they put the paper clip in the middle, and a pencil goes in the middle. So where my finger is right here, that's where you put a pencil, and they just spin it. And whatever they land on, they do what they need to do with it, okay? So that's why they have a paper clip handy in their math supply boxes. Do they lose the paper clip? Majority of them are very responsible and can keep up with it. Now, you will have some kids that just, they lose it. Like, I give everybody 1 or 2 at a I get it. But 3 and 4, okay, we have a problem. You're not being very responsible with your materials. So anyway, I always model and teach the game to them first so that they know how to play it. And once I model it to them, I pass it all out to each and every one of them, and they put it inside that first sleeve. And then I just kind of model how you put it inside the sleeve. So I have my own personal folder that I have, and I model for them. Okay, boys and girls, this is how you put this math game inside your sleeve. And they put it in there. And then when I introduce another one, they just add that game to the back of it in the same sleeve. So there's 2 games in a sleeve. Now, I don't do front to back printing because I want to teach the game first before they put it inside here. It's just my thing. I just think that's important. So by the end of the year, they just have all kinds of math games that they can play. I'll put a link in the description box below because I didn't make these, but these are amazing. But that's what's inside of here. It's just their 120 chart and their math games. That's what they have in here, and we just fill it up. And so these are amazing because sometimes I just need my kids to do whatever assignment I give them. Once they put that in their finished folder, I'll say, I want you right now to get out your math game folder, and I want you to work out of that. Simple. You don't have to get no paper. You don't have to. It's just not a lot. It's just simple and easy. And as teachers, especially this day and age, simple is what we need. We want to work smarter, not harder. And this is also great for a sub. Like if you might have a true emergency where you're like, I have no clue where some papers are to make copies. You just can't, I don't know. You just don't have stuff. This is perfect. Please have them play a math game out of their math game folder. Simple, to the point. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope this answered your questions, but you guys were asking me, and you guys know I will do my best to show you, help you, tell you, all that good jazz. So math supply boxes and math game folders. Okay, you can't beat it. Again, like I said, these labels here, you can find these on my website. I'll put a link in the description box below, and I'll try to see if I can find these or something similar. Or y'all, what I love about our comment section are people are just so like helpful and so kind and so, oh, you can do this, oh, I hope you do that. And I love it. So if you have something like a math supply box that you have found and purchased, if you want to put a link in the comment section, please do that. I would greatly appreciate that, and I'm sure many others would too. That's what I'm about here for this channel. Sharing is caring, and I'm all about that life. So Until next time, guys, don't forget to always pray because God will always make a way. I love you so much. Bye.